like to visit? Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. The loss of so many waspitos will set back production at the orchards for weeks, if not months. I'm disappointed in you. Of course, you're right. I'll set aside my disappointment for later consideration. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything? You have my attention. That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission. Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else? Insisted. That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions. A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else? That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector, as if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility. Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention. This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Hey, I was gonna stop him, but I figured he was room service. Then he started going through Helen's things, and I figured, maybe you want a word with him.
Oh, sweet gibbering law! Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like. Easy, friend. No need to get violent. There are as many reasons to spare my life as there are flavors in Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. I'll give you 2 reasons. First, I am a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Enterprise. And secondly, I'm just here doing a job for a VIP. Mascot's honor. I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter. You found the recording? Oh, well, that's just sweeter than a fistful of purple berry punch. Oh, law, Birdie's gonna slaughter me like a woolly cow. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise. What? But I can't? Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry. The pilot house complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything, I swear.
What floor would you like to visit? To the lobby we go!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This chemical analysis reveals that this is not a grade of Rizzo Spectrum vodka, based on flavor notes and presence of excess ethanol.
Thanks for the understanding.
I just want to be your
You're the best there ever was!
Never felt so damn good in my life.
Never felt so damn good in my life. Who's laughing now?
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something? Sure. He in trouble or something? Well, shit. What happened? Is he all right? Oh, so that's what this is about. I just had a shift with Evan at the Purpleberry Orchards, kind of. We were supposed to haul some crates, but he was drunk when I got there. I took him to room 82 under the hotel so he could sleep it off. Guess he was drunker than I thought if he didn't show for work. Can you just check on Evan, please?
Look here. I could use a new pair of glasses.
Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
I'm supposed to die.
Not even
Oh, that's over.
Hope I didn't get blood on my clothes.
I'm gonna need a zero G after that.
If you lose anything else, it's good to know we can purchase a replacement here.
We're all family here. Rizzo's takes care of its own.
My last quarterly review said I had an attitude problem. Morale improvement program fixed me right up. Happy customers are repeat customers.
Sure he's not in the museum.
Even if he is, no one will think you dressed this.
My last quarterly review said I had an attitude problem. Morale improvement program fixed me right up.
You don't know how grateful I am to the morale improvement program.
Timeline discrepancy detected near. Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life. Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death? Medical analysis complete. This mascot was likely killed by small arms fire at close range. The firearm is unique and does not exist in this unit's database. Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Yes, Inspector. The Needler, bespoke handgun carried, famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge. This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering.
Wow!
My last quarterly review said I had an attitude.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected. Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport.
Wish I had a telescope like this back in the Vale. Of course, the company probably would have scrapped it for parts.
Wonder what they use this thing for?
Inspector, Good to see you. Let me just grant you access, and... Welcome to the Piraeus Spaceport.
Sublight Underground takes care of its own.
I don't like the way they're eyeing us, Captain.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you, and by we, been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector? See, Sluglight Underground don't like that.
He's trying so hard.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector. Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn breadworm, draw! Well, you ain't gonna stick that nose anywhere ever again. Quick, everyone! Get him!
Heads up!
Taking cover!
Wow, not even a scratch!
Stolen items will result. What do you think you're doing? Suspicion levels reset. Greetings, criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit. Please explicate your defense into this unit's recording equipment.
My permit wasn't expired, Scrap Heap. You probably just scanned it wrong.
Error. Unit's permit reading equipment was updated only last week. Please tell a different lie.
Tell a different... You're a mechanical. You ain't got the foggiest idea whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Correct. Criminal. However, Constable Keene has decreed that this unit will remain here, questioning you every minute until you submit a confession. Error. Information on recent exchange lost. Restarting conversation. Greetings, criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit.
You know what? My permit was fake after all. Let me out of here.
Oh no. Oh, damn it. When did this happen?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. An aberration in the expected timeline for this organic being has occurred. Behold, the body of Maria Keene, formerly the constable of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. No signs of life detected. Maria Keene is survived by no known relatives. Multiple puncture wounds detected along the frontal bone and between the clavicle. Furthermore, the location and circumference of exit wounds suggest a firearm with unconventional ammunition. Yes, Inspector. These entry wounds match the profile previously detected on the Rizzo's Rangers mascot. Constable Maria Keene was likely killed by someone wielding the Needler. These casings are too minuscule for conventional small-caliber firearms. Each casing resembles a lancing needle used for medical and surgical purposes. High concentration of potassium chloride detected. Trace amounts of these substances show the highest concentration near the entry and exit wounds. Cardiac arrest, rather than physical trauma, is the most likely cause of death. Your memo has been noted. This unit has been programmed to offer encouragement during banter protocol activated. We'll find this brat back.
If you ain't a constable, then we ain't got nothing to discuss.
glad my box hauling days are over.
Buy a bunk, huh? I think I'll stick to my cabin, thanks.
Hey, could I talk to you for a second?
What do you want?
Boss, it's Bertie Holcomb.
Shh, not so loud. How'd you know it was me? That's what the disguise is for. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto. Well, they ain't talking to me. Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. But I'm stumped. And not very clever.
Oh, come on, Bertie. You're plenty sharp. Anybody who says otherwise is a Cleo Darlings fan.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck figuring. You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer. So, how do I help? Are you saying... You really think I had something... Deep breaths, Bertie. In? Helen was the love of my life. She was really someone special. I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers. You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
I think he means drunk.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the... The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air. We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think there was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, yeah, I don't know. We were drunk, and we made bad choices. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time. I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief. Nah, she sent a note to my hotel room before we, split. I don't know how long it was sitting there before I noticed. She needed something done, and I could do it. Simple as that, okay? I found the data pad at the weather station, like Helen said, but then a guard found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was. Long story short, I ran like the Rangers were down by 3 and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone. I didn't know where I was going, but my legs took me straight... to my... fridge... Raider. Can we pretend I didn't... I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble. God, jeez. Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down. Uh-huh. So now you have the whole story. After I woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again. Oh yeah, you'll probably want... Helen sure did have the prettiest handwriting. Here. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing. I know that. But you gotta believe me. I would never hurt Helen, no matter how drunk I was. I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble. I'm not threatening nobody. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else.
Inspector, I've just received word that Constable Keene is dead. Please tell me it isn't true. No, I can't imagine you'd be aware. It all happened so quickly. Halcyon Helen, Leora Blossom, Maria Keene. There's a murderer on the loose, Inspector. You must stop them. I don't have Maria to count on anymore, so I'm counting on you. So you were at the scene of the murder? I'd prefer it if you didn't lie about... The Needler was among Helen's belongings. Whoever stole it, Maria was my sole representative in Cedric's territory. The entire hotel staff is on his payroll. Inspector, I've just... No, I can't... Halcyon Helen, you must stop them. I don't have Maria to count on anymore, so I... Make them suffer, Inspector. I'm pleased to hear that. Bertie Holcomb is a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers property. When Helen was murdered, Bertie was nowhere to be found. The timing of his disappearance is unfortunate. Try not to feel too bad for him. Bertie is a brilliant athlete. The universe has balanced his talent by making him a slackwit. Bertie has always had trouble controlling his temper. He's responsible for the untimely... It's only natural to be suspicious. Helen's death was. Be plain with me, Inspector. Do you believe Black Hole Bertie killed Helen? Inspector, You're not here to help me find a convenient scapegoat. You're here to... I'd like you to continue your investigation. Notify me as soon as you're ready to make a formal accusation. Ah, you may be right. I'll prepare a writ of arrest. Keeping Bertie in a cell might spare this company a few thousand bits in repair work. If you're through investigating Bertie, I recommend looking into Cedric Kincannon. He's been entirely too comfortable since we began this investigation. I don't trust Cedric when he's comfortable.
What floor would you like to visit?
I don't know what to make of Sublight Underground. Or Slug, I guess. I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Miss Helen's death.
You're not allowed up with no...
Well now, this is unexpected. I'm torn. I despise rudeness toward Eileen, who is entirely invaluable to Slug, and... Now then, here for my alibi, I assume.
Another murder? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing. Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with...
Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs Slug gear and send them after you? Right again, Inspect. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you? Oh, that's good. That's very good, Inspector.
So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that...
Well, that's settled. I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder.
Let's see. That night... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine? I could invent a better alibi than tortured a man to death if you'd like. Perhaps something salacious, or one where I break contract. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people. And I appreciate that, Inspector. The fact of the matter is, I know I didn't kill Helen. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune. I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to... I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I've a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid. Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular isolated incident, and items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate... Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter. I'm not sure. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. Do tell Ludovico when you get a chance. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator. Oh, I never subcontract out that type of work, Inspector. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but... No, I'm joking. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. Well...
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location. Ominous threat transmitted. Transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range. Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface. 98.3% of the dust particles are less than 500 micrometers in diameter. This unit is glad to have been of service. The area within a 0.5 meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles. That is highly likely, Inspector.
What's that you found? No, wait, don't tell me. Let's save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was recently opened or closed. The fingerprints belong to Cedric Kincannon. Confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific wielder. Additionally, the plasma rifle sights appear to have been realigned to better accommodate a...
Oh, admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered. Due to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device. based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus.
Hey, pal. Over here. Hey there. You looking to unwind, friend? Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or Adreno? Something with a little more. The name's Auric. I deal in, shall we say, holistic... I know. Ooh, it came out... Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, pal. Those pharmaceuticals the corporations manufacture?
Hi there! Sorry, this area is off limits to port vision. Oh, sorry about that.
Hey, you think they keep any spare parts down here? Just wondering.
Is Fight Night still on then?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
500 riding on Dr. Billy taking it all.
You bet on a sprat named Dr. Billy? What's he a doctor of?
Victory.
The biology of this sprat is highly unusual. This sprat has been in contact with multiple parasites, yet shows no symptoms of infection. Based on slug records of board-issued punitive sanctions against sublight salvage and shipping, this sprat is most likely intended for cage fighting.
You're the inspector, aren't you? Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo. Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect? Case. Just like a Right, so the missing cargo. How can I help your investigation? Maybe they're keen on cashing out and want to go with, I don't know. Boss Kincannon's office is where he holds most of his meetings with it. Just about all negotiations happen in his office too. Vendor pricing, major purchase orders, rentals for construction projects. Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Best I can figure, it's probably getting... As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager. He told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo. Nah, Benton's too lazy for crime. The extra work. Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the hull head told me he couldn't help because he was dead. Yeah, especially when he kept shouting, "Dead!" On the bright side, I'm sure the dead won't mind if you just... Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined. That's the weird part. There's no pattern. I ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers, so dull they can barely cut... Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice Saber, full stop. Even to an inspector? Then there's the most recent theft, 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder. That's probably not their motive, no. Oh, before I forget, I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours. I wish you were being sarcastic.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Timeline discrepancy detected. Nearby. Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not... The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger. There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be... For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is... Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes. Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently...
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99%. How can this automechanical assist you? Certainly. Access panel is now unlocked. Ejecting data log 17C. Alert. Failsafe protocol triggered. Kill mode initiated. Prepare. Understood. This unit is programmed to facilitate user queries. The ejected data log contains It also contains instructions to move randomized cargo ship. Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo in kill mode.
Incoming!
Don't mess with me!
Heads up! What? Score one for Felix.
Inspector.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what makes you say that? Damn, you're good. Hacking the Automex. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern. So, our culprit had something specific they wished to acquire. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that Slug would soon possess it. Okay, that's very impressive. Don't ever talk. Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device? Not quite, Inspector. That listening... I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research. Unbelievable. I helped her, gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn. I can't begin to guess at her motive. If it was to spit in my face, she'd be pleased to... This is a betrayal, Inspector. Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead, and that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground. Halcyon Helen is already... If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not. Again, I appreciate your assistance with this matter, and I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. I expect it will involve shooting quite a lot of guns.
Inspector. Closely, I trust. Tell me what you found. That doesn't surprise me. Cedric practically stole his way to Eridanos. He'll do everything. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible for Helen's death? I'm pleased to hear that. Cedric hasn't won you over with his clever words. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least Cedric's alive. The universe is a just place. Are you confident you've finished your investigation? You've questioned all your... I've been waiting for... Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helm? I was hoping you wouldn't. What makes you sure it was Bertie? He has always had serious temper issues. Walk me through your reasoning. What happened on the night of the murder? I have trouble believing Bertie acted in cold blood. That's the trouble with Bertie. When his pride is wounded, he responds with anger. Bertie met Helen in the ballroom, and then... That certainly fits Bertie's profile. He's a hacker. He's been trained. I suppose I have no choice but to recommend Bertie Holcomb to the Labyrinth for the murder of Halcyon Helen. Don't be ridiculous. I was a great admirer of Black Hole Bertie. Why would I want to see my company's greatest star locked up in Tartarus? Don't worry. You've done We're finished here. The Labyrinth is a dreadful place for Black Hole Bertie to end his... Wait! Don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrol! The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here right now. I appreciate your skepticism, Inspector, but this is not a... Damn it! Someone's interfering with my transmit...
Whoever the real killer is, I got a feeling they're going after Mr. Ludovico. We need to catch up.
I guess, if we have to. Getting kind of...
What floor would you like to visit?
Wow! Great work!
This place looks like one of my more colorful hangovers.
Did I hear something?
Everyone all right?
I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders? That's gonna depend.
Don't listen to her. How can you possibly trust...
You were never my target, Inspector. I've no intention of killing you unless you stand in my way. Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the... Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared the...
That must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what...
Are you serious? Halcyon Helen's got a twin sister?
Glinda and I were the best kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
I have no regrets. I'd do it again if it means defending Halcyon's...
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest...
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host. A bliss so pure, so profound as to... Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again. Wait, hear me out. I'm not the only one with blood. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people?
No one I crossed off was innocent. Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives and that Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy. The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fact.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes. That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot. They were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them. She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot. You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda.
Don't listen to her. Think of the future, Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
It's a deal.
Wow. I can't believe we're running with Halcyon, Helen!
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the... I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some... Goodbye, Inspector. Helen?
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close. Head through that door. There's another way out. Operations, but he's still at large. He's probably gone into hiding, so we're going to root him out. This entire complex has been exposed to those parasites. Law only knows how many they've infected. Most of them won't even know they're carrying a parasite. If they're showing symptoms, it's probably already too late. Boundless energy, insufferable joy, and then just like that, parasites bursting out of their bodies. Fat and wriggling with vital energy. You're a step ahead of me, Inspector. An airborne pesticide of some kind. I think you may be onto something. Let's meet back at your penthouse. We're ready. See you soon, Inspector.
It's strange. When you walk through that door, I half expected to see Belinda. Belinda and I practically shared a life. Losing her feels like losing a limb. She's conspicuous by her absence. I appreciate the sympathy, Inspector. Thank you. We shut down Ludovico's distillation plant, but he's not gonna sit idly by. If he can't use Spectrum Brown to infect... I stole this formula from Dr. Blossom, a failed prototype of Spectrum Brown. Look at this. The prototype had the opposite effect, and actually made you immune to the parasites. This is Halcyon. Everyone's already miserable. A little more despair. We're going to need 2 ingredients. A sample of essence of Sprat, and 1 int... Cedric's warehouse in the Perea spaceport almost certainly carries a batch of Sprat essence. As for the pod, I'd check the Wilderness Reserve if I were you. You're a scientist and an inspector? I borrowed a centrifuge from the research lab. Used the ingredients to synthesize an antiparasitic. I'm glad I could count on you. Once you're finished, head to the pilot house. We'll hijack the control system and disperse the cure into the atmosphere. That should kill off most of the parasites. Are you worried I'm gonna shoot you in the back? You're right. You do. Here. You take good care of my needler, and it'll take good care. There is one other thing. While you're at Piraeus Spaceport, have a word with Cedric Kincannon. I know Cedric. There's nothing he wants more than a chance to eliminate. Best of luck, Inspector. I'm counting on you. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. Leora Blossom and Maria Keene were on Ludovico's side. I had to cross them off. Would you believe me if I said I gave the constable a chance? Maria said I was guilty of corporate sabotage, and that she had a duty to report me. Maria was defending my sister's killer. If someone murdered one of your crew in cold blood, what would you do? Really? Then who are they?
Oh, I'm Parvati. Parvati Holcomb. No relation to Birdie, and she ain't even looking at me, okay?
Apparently I'm just a box hauler.
You've got a fine crew. Was there anything else?
like to visit.
Looks like we're doing that.
Why would anybody bring Raptidons up here? Don't this hotel have a policy on animals?
Jackasses, he's coming!
Don't mess with us. Here they come! That's the last of them!
I don't think we ever respected a gate in this colony. With you, boss!
Don't mess with us. Oh, hey, Candy Canyon! I know this place. It's where they did Free Range Fixer. Look out! Captain, what is this place and why is everybody acting so strange? Oh, Law, they ain't cannibals, right?
Hello, welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aaliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman. What can I do for you? Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away. Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence I'm actually not entirely certain. It was a surreptitious visit that stood out because it was surreptitious. At least that's the only reason I can think of for intentionally keeping things so hush-hush. I was here at the retreat in the company of the other disciples, which is fine, of course. Well, by and large, no. But a few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, At first, I was excited. Certainly. Oh, I'm terribly sorry if I gave you that I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the prophet But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be If you felt imbalanced and sit for hours in our sweat. And remember, Of course, I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart, and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purges. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open. Of course, I've been waiting on... Actually, before you go, I noticed the prophet dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly... human-shaped. I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy. The prophet hasn't been herself lately. I think so. Had the right size and shape.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated. Warning. Ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be analyzing. Complete. Substance appears to be a mix of industrial solvents and various essential oils. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil, and starship surface wax. Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effectiveness when users, whether or not this increased effective. Hypothesizing potential side effects from herb consumption. Most likely outcome, decapitation.
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure? Certainly, certainly. But first, I'd love to interest you in one of my productivity seminars. We'll free you of those potential hampering humors in a heartbeat. Yes, I understand the pressure of one's... But you needn't worry about how this little conversation... I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist? Who said that? I'll be sure to give them a It was a bundle of clothing, brother. Yes. I had a visitor, yes. But as it turned out, some of my productivity techniques were too much. But their peers came and collected them shortly thereafter. I'm sure whichever attendee it was is perfectly safe now. Oh? I'm surprised. We may have had some terse interactions before her. What would you care to know? I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I wouldn't necessarily say that. However, I certainly wouldn't. Why, I've been at the Wilderness In fact, I haven't visited the colonial... I hope you now realize that I had nothing to do...
The Prophet of Profitability has changed my life. Her seminars are worth every bit.
It's not good enough to be better than everyone. I need to believe I'm better than everyone.
About time somebody came the hell back. I notice you're not spattered and blood. I hope you're not about to tell me you lost your nerve. You better not mean to tell me you've lost... Wait, I don't recognize your voice. You... Pardon my tomfoolery, stranger. I see I've mistaken you. Might I ask what brings you to the reserve? A professional, I see. I don't know anything. There's a particular task that my hunters haven't yet been capable enough to complete. As you may be aware, Slug currently owns the... There's an ex-Rizzo's employee currently in possession of the land grant for the entire complex. This particular individual is up there in years. His mind is failing. Leaving the land grant to him is like leaving it in the trash. I would like you to retrieve it. I would have thought so too, but I sent my... The old man's certainly too senile to be a threat, but it's possible Slug put him under guard. You're not recognizably with Rizzo's. Thus it shall be... You mean you don't know the story? This atmospheric due to some... I seek only to have what was stolen returned to us. This situation could be solved with word. Just something to...
You gotta show me how you did that. Yeah! Now that was fun! Let's take a look inside.
hope I didn't get blood. Blood on my clothes.
Must you read every law?
Greeting protocols initiating. Greeting protocols. Phaeton cannot extend pre-programmed error. Phaeton requires an attitude adjustment. Affirmative. Affirmative. To achieve attitude adjustment, acquire the utilize the GAC to interface with the gyroscope. This will achieve an attitude adjustment. Affirmative.
I don't think this Phaeton fellow's got a high opinion of our talents.
Captain Mabel error. Captain Mabel Thompson is overdue to error. Phaeton cannot determine the whereabouts of Captain Mabel Thompson. Reassigning gyroscopic realignment. Rizos thanks you in advance. Please note that Rizos does not pay for uncontract. Access to engineering levels granted.
We'll spend 20 minutes in there.
Long enough to look cultured, brief enough to show me.
Here they come!
Something's bumming me out.
Who's laughing?
To make you smile. Just want to be your friend. Me? I'm pleased as pie.
Initiated.
From the back wall. Let's go. No, leave the ones that say flammable. If it's not nailed down, it goes in front of a point of entry. What do you think you're doing?
My gas isn't coming!
I surrender! I surrender!
Wait! No! Don't kill me!
Did I? Wait for this!
What could that have been? I'll show you happiness!
What?
Greeting protocols. Phaeton is standing by. Affirmative. Incoming message from Rizzo.
What have you done? What in law's name have you done? You hijacked our atmosphere. Are you trying to kill us all? I'm not going to let you destroy everything I've built. I can still fix this. I can
End of transmission.
Heads up!
I just want to be your friend!
Wait a second. They don't brew anything down here? What a mess. This whole place is rotting from the inside.
Oh yeah, that's what...
That was just getting started. I'm gonna be honest with you, I am really starting to regret all the Spectrum vodka I've had over the years.
Not gonna let no one bring you down! Feels funny. Never felt so Never felt so damn good in my life! I just wanted to make you smile! I just want to be your friend!
Hey, before we take down Ludovico and put an end to his plans, I just want to say, the real parasites were the corporations all along. All right, I'm ready.
Yes, I know you're hungry. Be patient. I'll feed you soon enough. Just a guest. The one I told you about. The inspector. Welcome. We were just talking about you. You and I are standing in the presence of royal... I know what you've done. Hijacked fate. You think you've saved this colony. All you've done is robbed, and you've angered my queen.
I got tired of listening to this jackass when he called us on the ship.
Not even a little.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to feed you to... Don't be afraid. She can... Your Highness! Dinner is served. Wait, no, not me. Damn! Merciful law! Stop!
Here they come!
You made it! I guess happy customers really are repeat. This is a golden ticket. Good for one free tour of the Purpleberry Orchards. This is my way of showing you that I...
coming!
This feels good.
What the?
Huh?
What the?
Heads up, boss!
Take your best shot!
Welcome back, Captain. Or shall I call you Inspector? What can I do for you? During your absence, I passed the time by simulating a number of hypothetical conclusions to this case. Unfortunately, my understanding of the facts is limited, and my appraisal of the individuals involved is not flattering. I have been awaiting closure for the details of your investigation. I have a growing library of information about you. Cataloging human behavior is essential to maintaining my simulation protocols. Will you satisfy my curiosity subroutines and tell me who killed Halcyon Helen? My simulations have yielded several possible causes of death. Asphyxiating on Rizzo's Spectrum Brown, grappling with a primal while inebriated. How close were my estimations? Human behavior is difficult to simulate. People are free. This information is valuable to me. I will update my behavior simulation protocol accordingly. How can I be of assistance? See you soon, Captain.